We're going to get ready to kick this off just briefly, catch up on some things, some minor updates, some things that are going on coming up for the future, some things that I've been working on. So big shout out to everybody that just jumped in today. And who was the first person in the chat? 67% of say y'all didn't watch. Sylvia Wick Kelly is the first one in the chat. Big shout out. We got a nice blue badges up there. Sylvia Wick, Mary Beanie, and Blue Diva. What's up, Gene? What's going on? Y'all see y'all in here. So first I'm gonna start this off the way it needs to be kicked off, addressing something that's very important and very could be a tad bit emotional for some, definitely, but it's something that needs to be addressed. So I'm going to say this. I've always been told that things could always be worse. They could always be worse. And that has always been a very true statement in my experience. So I know a lot of us have lost people. You know, I lost an uncle to murder. I lost a sibling to murder. I lost family members and friends to murder. I just recently lost my cousin, age 31, battling cancer in October. All right. I deal with things every day, pain all throughout the day, and more importantly, sometimes excruciating pain in the beginning of my day. But they always say things can be worse, and this is very true, because although I've lost all those people in different ways, one of my worst fears is one that my grandmother lived through, losing a kid. I've never had that. I've never had to deal or go under those circumstances. And I can only imagine and can't even fathom what it actually is to go through something like that. So my grandmother has done it, and we've had a recent situation in our family where a family member now has undergone something that is a parent's worst nightmare, and that's losing a child. And so I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, from my deepest emotions, from my deepest sincere, that Dave, our prayers go out to you. My feelings, my thoughts, my positive vibes go out to you. Condolences to you. Condolences to your family for losing your angel. That is something that even myself thinking about right now would put me in a certain place that I can't imagine what it would be depending on the circumstances, man. So do your best to stay strong. I can't tell you how to stay strong because I've never been there. I can't tell you what to do because I haven't had to deal with it. But I can tell you this. The sun will come. The rain won't last forever. I can't tell you how long it's going to last, but I can tell you, brother, that the Wolfpack family sends its deepest, sincere condolences and care out to you and your family. And just keep your head up as many days as you can. And just know that whenever you are ready, that you do have people that are willing to cheer you up. You do have people here that are willing to talk to you. You do have people that like you to commune with them. If there ever is a time at night, hop in, hop on, and even if it's just listening to take you out of the mind frame of where you are right now, do that, because days will be hard for you. I do know this, but just understand that you are cared for, you are loved, and never think that you are unimportant. All right. Never think that you are unimportant. Okay. Definitely don't think that. So condolences out to you, brother. Sincerest condolences out to you. And I will tell you also this, you all, I've been doing a lot of work. We got a lot of the documents going together. It's no good way to even transition from something like that. I almost want to just turn this shit off. But we got the documents together for you all that are going to be participating in the Esports Grudge Racing Championship Series. You need to go ahead, get into the Discord and get into that group and DM me, friend me, so that you can send me a message telling me that you are going to participate. If you are a blue badge like Mary Beanie, Blue Diva, Sylvia Witt Kelly, if you are a green badge like Sean, you are eligible to participate in the Esports Grudge Racing. We have not moved it down to a yellow badge yet. I'm not sure if I am. I'm going to have to check the membership status and see how many yellow badges may be a month out, but I can tell you this. If you're not a green badge yet, when your badge does turn green for the Esports grudge race, because it is going to be a good time, when your badge does turn green, you can jump in at any time at that point in time. Now, it's not to say you're not going to already miss some races, but it is to say that you do have a fair opportunity to collect points to see if you can end up in that top spot or the top 3 spots to get those awards, okay? So understand that that is coming. That is something that we have going. I've worked on the handbook. I've worked on the participants book. I finished them up as far as the first draft early this morning. So we will be having another meeting, and soon we will be trying to do a preseason race. So you all will be having some type of experience, and then we're going to start these races really soon. We're going to start the series soon before the season comes up on us, because I only want to have at least maybe 1 or 2 races that still have to be finished by the time the season starts. We still got preseason testing. We still got all of that stuff that's going to come, that's going to hit us real sooner than you know it. Sooner than you know it, it's going to be around, okay? So if you are going to participate and trying to win this entire package, plus other merch, plus other little small gifts that we will have throughout the racing series, you need to get in there. You need to go ahead and let me know in the Discord. You need to be ready for the drivers meeting. You need to be ready to go ahead and let us know that you are going to participate. So you get in R33, Z33. I know you are eligible to get up in that thing, so I hope to see you too. You know, Sylvia Wig, Mary Beanie, Blue Diva, eligible to get up in there, so I hope I see you too. The mechanic says right now, the fam ain't a pack without loving and supporting each other. This really is a family. That's big facts. That's big facts. That's what they don't understand. That's big facts. That is real. Appreciate that, mechanic. So that's one thing. And this is the last live before we have the first hat giveaway. I'm probably going to do it Sunday. I'm probably going to do the first hat giveaway Sunday. So I'm telling you, every live that a super chat has been done is going to be entered in the wheel. So let's say you did a super chat live, the next live, that's 2 times your name's going to be on the wheel. Let's say you did a super chat this live, the last live, and the live before. That's 3 times your name's going to be on the wheel. We'll spin that wheel for the first hat, and whoever gets it, gets it. We're going to have a total of 4 hats, 4 purple sector collection hats that I'm going to give away. So it's going to have an opportunity for people to still get in, but the first hat is going to be given away this week. So this is going to be the last live that's going to have the ability for people to put their name in the hat to get the hat. So that's all I got to say on that. Now, let's get to talking about some of this smoke. Let's get to talking about some of this smoke. So as of recently, things are still bubbling up about this whole situation with the FIA and Mercedes. It seems that the FIA have put themselves in a very peculiar situation. Shit, let me get in for the wheel. Bro, it's not even just a wheel, bro. It's not even just a wheel. I'm going to get on this. It's not even just a wheel. The winner is going to get the wheel, the base, and the pedals. That's a whole package that the first place, the champion of the Grudge Racing Series, is going to get all of that you see on your screen right now. That is the first place prize, okay? As far as the other prizes, there's going to be other random prizes that will be given out or issued out throughout the series, and merch that Galacticus has put forward. I will allocate at least a couple of those pieces to the 2nd and 3rd place finishers. I have to look and go back in my notes and see what all Galacticus put forward. And I believe, I want to say the mechanic or somebody else put forward the honey buns. And I'm going to do something fun with that, with the honey buns. I'm probably going to make it like a driver of the race award. So every driver of the day will get a honey bun and something else. So I'm still putting together that. But what all you just saw on screen is going to go to the first place victor, the champion of the first Wolfpack F1 Grudge Racing Series, okay? But yeah, Formula One, FIA going at it right now. And I'm going to tell y'all something. They just had the FIA Awards, and I just want to remind y'all something. Did y'all forget about this?
When did you know that your car was
this whole debacle and situation
he said
that took
in
Bahrain?
Place? I said to him, that's too
Good
late.
old Ben.
So imagine Bahrain, the first race,
up there saying how he
he's going
feel.
to win the championship. Well done. Sponsorship
And
in my
this
last
is where it really gets funny.
And one thing you said about Japan.
Look at Stefano like,
Japan,
come on, Ben.
you said was
Let's
controversial.
just let it go.
the
Ben
FIA
ain't
was
letting that shit
blamed
go.
for the
Look at Christian
points,
with his face.
but
His
it was
face
not the
stone as hell.
FIA
Like, damn, I can't
which
believe you
made
put
the
me on
rules.
spot like
It
this.
was the teams who made the rules, and we were
But Ben
implementing
is like, I
it.
got some
So
shit to
thank
say.
you for
Look
the
at-
Okay,
look
okay,
at
guys.
Briz and
Yes,
laughing.
you see?
Let's stay
No.
focused.
Like, damn, this shit.
To me,
Stefano
it's
trying to break
very,
it up
very
like
clear about the
time.
fact-
Yo,
You know,
it's some serious shit going down right now. We saw this building up. We saw this building up. We knew that this was coming. We knew this situation was going to come to a head at some point in time. The mechanic says, you got the fam on honey bun. But hey, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, the honey bun bun's going to come out. And I waited. I didn't buy the pack when I got it. I'm going to buy a fresh pack when we start the series. So all the honey buns going to come out glazed and ready to go up. So this is a very awkward situation. And remember what we just recently talked about. We talked about 9 teams coming out and saying that they did not voice complaints. But we also talked about Christian Horner saying that formally he didn't say anything. So what's going on? What's going up? I don't know, but I know it doesn't look good for the FIA. It doesn't look good for the Formula One. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I hope they all damn near fall. I hope they all stumble and trip and have some type of incident so they can understand that situations that have gone on, situations that have been unfavorable, situations that have shown that the sport is tainted and or corrupt cannot be allowed. I'm not mad about the House of Slytherin falling down because they done decided that, you know what? You know what happens? You live in a pit of snakes, you're bound to get bit. Straight up. The mechanic, I'll take care of the honey bun. Man, he said, I'll take them all. But you live in a house of snakes, you cannot be surprised when you get bit. Like the old saying of the frog and the snake, carrying the snake across. The snake promises, I won't bite him. The frog says, you sure you won't bite me? The snake says, I'm not going to bite you. If I bite you, I'll kill us both because we'll both drown. The frog lets the snake on his back. He starts swimming across the river, the pond. The snake bites him. He says, oh, you bit me, man. Now we both going to die. Why'd you do that? And the snake says, what do you expect? Stupid, I'm a snake. What do you expect when you mess around with snakes? And the reason why I'm not mad, Ben, Xbox Fortress, Merc needs to show the FIA they can't just slander Toto and Susie without repercussions. Yeah, but that's true, right? That is what they need to do. That is what they need to do. But the bigger question is, what will they do? And I ask you this because what did they do about Lewis Hamilton 2021 in that situation? They did something, but did they really see it through? They did something, but did they really do enough? They did something, but did they really mean to go ahead and finish it? So I have no faith at this point in time that Mercedes will take and carry the torch unless it is an easy bout to manage with an organization like the FIA and Formula One. And unless Formula One stand extremely behind, which at this point in time, it seems like they are standing behind the Formula One teams, at least, about this situation with the FIA. I don't know if I trust Mercedes that they're going to go about it the same way. And if they do, why did you not do that same thing for your championship world record GOAT driver in Lewis Hamilton when he was clearly done wrong? Clearly done wrong. They did. They started and they fell flat on their face. They just tried to let it go by the wayside. So I'm not sure about my confidence in Mercedes for Toto and Susie to really do something like they should. And oh my gosh, Sylvia with Kelly, we can address Checo's wife's face. She had that who farted look all night. You are not lying. That's it. I'm trying to tell you, it was classic. It was too damn funny. That was too damn funny. I'm trying to tell you, the whole situation was crazy funny. Crazy
he said
funny.
in Bahrain.
The new
I said to him, that's too late.
I'm going to go
So
forward
imagine
and just
Bahrain,
watch the latest one. But that was crazy funny. It just doesn't it gets better, but that was definitely one of them. The mechanic says, our Wiz Queen Blue mentioned GOAT put a stop to Merc 8021 protest, YouTube messing up. Nothing because they don't want to damage the sport. DG Big Blue. Boom. Thank you for mentioning that. And now we can go into it. How much more do they damage the sport than the sport has already been damaged? At some point in time, it's not damaging the sport. It's condoning the further damage of the sport is what you're doing. If they don't go forward with this, they're adding to the further damage of the sport that's going on. To let something like this slide says not only can you say things that could put drivers' teams in jeopardy or people, but you can do it to a whole damn organization. FIA, F1 going back and forth is not a good thing. But am I mad at it? No. I hope they claw each other's eyes out. I really do. I hope they claw each other's eyes out. Maybe that's what it takes for them to realize that this is where we've come. You know how you and your partner or you and your brother, your sibling, y'all done got in a fight and y'all knocking it out. Next thing you know, y'all both end up jacked up on the floor, on the couch, and you realize like this went too far. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Sometimes things got to go too far for people to understand the repercussions that have already taken place. And how much worse do we want to make this? Like, how much further do we want to take this? And I don't think Mercedes will do anything just for that notion that DG Big Blue Ura said. They want to consider it like not damaging the sport, not causing a spectacle, not putting a blemish, or as Toto was so mad about that reporter saying back in Vegas, a black eye for the sport. Toto got the opportunity right now to make a real black eye for the sport. With all of these things that have come out, it pretty much is starting to weigh in the direction that what was said about Toto and Susie, it was inappropriate, it was inaccurate, and it wasn't even true. It wasn't even true. And like I said, if a team is put out on the front row as to this is who told us this, we are all going to be shocked, because do not forget 9 teams said that they did not do or say anything to contribute towards something of an investigation being launched against Mercedes. So that's going to be surprising in itself if it actually comes out that, we didn't act just on our own suspicions that were conjured up in an office somewhere. We legitimately had a team principal from said Formula One team come to us, tell us these things, and show us at least something that gave us warrant to go ahead and launch this investigation, which they did it improperly. Finding out on social media is never the best way, or any outlet that you're under investigation. There should be an official communication to the team before this shit hits the fan. And it wasn't. They pretty much found out, like Alpine found out Alonso was leaving and Oscar really wasn't driving for you on Twitter, on social media. Like, Alonso's out. Oscar said he ain't a driver for us, all on social media. And that's not the right way to go about finding out something that carries that degree of weight, that level of weight that could totally derail your own product's reputation. And that's another situation. We know Toto is really big on that. We know that he's been really big on carrying that reputation of Mercedes being a sound and team of integrity, of character, as far as how they conduct business with the public and how they conduct themselves in a competitive environment like Formula One. Toto has told us and shown us by action that that is priority. At some point in time, Toto, it becomes priority to a fault. I do not see 2021 happening and then this happening and you saying, it's water under the bridge. Then we got to start looking at you like Checo. Like, how many times are you going to let them talk about you and it's just going to be water under the bridge? How many times are you going to let them attack a culture of people that you come from? What Marco didn't know, but Mexico is not South America, but we got it. But still, you was wrong. How often are you going to let that happen before you rear up? At some point in time, you got to buck up. You got to take the consequences. You got to go ahead and stand up for yourself. Right now, Mercedes has to stand up for themselves. And I wonder if more of the motivation is going to be because the power couple is involved right now at the center of this debacle. Toto and Susie. It's always a different situation. You always get a bit different of a reaction when it's your woman or your mate, your man, your significant other that is put on a hot plate or put on the steak, you're always going to get a bit like, hey, does anybody recall that movie? What was that movie that Vin Diesel was in? Where he was pretty much a soldier, he was killed, and they were using my man the whole time to try to assassinate other people that were part of an organization that built this technology. So the one dude decided that he's going to go ahead and take Vin Diesel, charge him up with these nanobites, build this weapon, and sick him on all these people by placing the face of a man who murdered his wife but didn't murder his wife. I gotta find out I always do that, right? I always come on here with a movie reference and then forget the movie that he played in, but I always do come to find out which movie it was. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to find out which movie it is like right now, because I don't want to let it go. It was Bloodshot. That was the name of the movie, Bloodshot. And that's the type of reaction that you could probably get from Toto. Maybe Toto won't let this go because his woman, his queen, is up there on the firing line. You done took the shot at his woman. And for any man or any other significant other, you get a bit more charge when no, it wasn't Babylon, but that was a good movie too. That was a decent movie too. Unlike Fast and the Furious just became shit. But it wasn't Babylon, but that was a good one. That was the one where he was defending the girl that pretty much had to, I think she could carry, or she was carrying a child and it was all chaos. That was a different movie. That was a good one. This one was Bloodshot. But appreciate the mechanic, but you never know. That's what I think will be the deciding factor. You've attacked Susie, not just Toto. You preaching right now. Thanks, Samaj. What's going on, my brother? So right now, this is where we see this extra oomph is going to come from. Then now, the second phase of this extra, battery in the back is that you got 9 teams that said, we didn't do that. So it's almost like it's like a togetherness, a cohesiveness right now, the Formula One teams, which doesn't often happen when, we had the whole situation where, Toto was upset about the car and Christian said, change your car. Toto's like, change your car, which Christian wasn't wrong. They should have changed that car a lot earlier. Maybe things could have turned out a little bit better for the season. So he wasn't wrong. But now it's like all 10 teams, Formula One, the FIA on some F stuff, and we don't agree with it. We do not agree with it. But we will see what Mercedes does. We'll see how far they carry this. We'll see how far they go to let the FIA know you cannot do this. Don't forget the FIA, the governing body and regulations and all this other stuff, which you're going to need. And a lot of people have decided and said, hey, why don't they just get rid of the FIA, do their own thing? That's a lot easier said than done. It's a lot easier said than done to replace a governing body that's been in charge this long and also has a very almost damn near indefinite contract to be your governing body, to then say, we don't need you, we're going to do it on our own. That is a restart that could be worse in its beginning phases than some of the stuff we're seeing right now. And I do mean that. Toto, DG Big Blue, Toto should do the FIA like Will did. Damn. Man, you want to know something? And think about that. Think about what Will did to Chris Rock. And I'm going to tell you right now, I understand why Will did what he did, but I will tell you this. Like, Jada had already been putting Will in very BS predicaments. Okay? What Jada did to Will was already wrong. Will was laughing about the whole situation. Will wasn't about to get up out of his seat and slap Chris Rock. It wasn't until Will looked at Jada and Jada had that face looking at him and the world saw it. Now it put Will in a situation like, well, damn, I was laughing at it, but she looking at me like I got to do something. People looking at her look at me like I got to do something. What does it look to everybody if I don't do nothing? So Will gets up, smacks Chris Rock. Smacks him. Okay. So maybe that's what Toto gonna do. Toto gonna get up like Will and smack the FIA like Chris Rock. But then after that, there is an opportunity where you can look foolish. You can look foolish. You really only want to get out. You really only want to get out your seat if you're sure the person you're defending is who you really want to be defending. Yeah, I know that's Will's wife, but we all know what Jada did to Will. We all know that it's not the first time. We all also know the things Jada done said, done, and now she done come out talking about all this other stuff with Tupac, and it's like, you know, you did what you should do, baby, because you proved to the next person, somebody, that you'll do it. But it wasn't, you know, Chris Rock was on Jada, and it wasn't even that hard. You know, it's Jada, she is, but the situation, DG Big Blue, is like you said. Does Toto stand up for Susie in a way that we're going to see him stand up in a way that we should have seen him stand up for something that was way more malicious? Way more malicious. If you really think about it, yeah, this situation of somebody talking about shared inside information that's not supposed to be shared, it could be a potential big thing, right? It's not something that's right. But, I mean, what kind of information did they share? I mean, even though we know what was done was wrong, but to what degree of wrong was it? Was it financials for next season on what they're going to spend on Formula One? Whoop-de-doo. Was it blueprints for a better car in 2024? Was it information from Adrian Newey and Red Bull that might assist Mercedes? There's degrees of wrong here, right? There's degrees of wrong. What was done in AD 2021, that was beyond the shit house. Beyond the shit house. Think about it. We broke the rules. We cheated your team, which you still got your 8th Constructors Championship. We damn sure cheated your driver. We didn't do anything right in that whole process, and we don't care. We're still going to award him the trophy because that's what we want to see. He's not going to get the trophy because that's what we meant to do, and you're going to take it because we know what you likely will do. You're going to look out for the integrity and the cloth of Formula One, Toto, because you're good. Toto also is another character in a movie, classic movie. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. There's no place like home. So, will Toto be a good Toto, or will Toto decide that he's going to be an upstanding, I'm going to stand up straight and tell you to your face this is not going on anymore, Toto? You've attacked our team enough. You've attacked our driver with several so-called reprimands and summons of damn jury that's never proved in Formula One to be an incident. You've decided that the end, we all races won, is not even more important because it was good when it was marketing, but now that it's not so marketable, you're not good, you're not really doing it. You've already told our driver he can't wear a shirt that supports people that have been abused and killed by the officials that they're supposed to be protected by and pay their checks. Yeah, it's enough. This is over with. We're taking a stand. We're going to take the Red Bull approach from 2015, and we're going to say we're going to lead the sport. Mercedes is going to bow out. We're done. We don't have to keep spending money in this. You know, if this is what you want, hey, we can bow out. Right? Do they take that approach? Well, it's going to be funny. We'll have to see what they do. We'll have to see what they do. What they will do may be very entertaining and very surprising, or it won't. It'll be surprising or it won't. It'll be something that we'll all look like, damn, he did that. Or we'll look at it and say, we knew that was going to be the case. Sit down. 2024 race season start. Let's watch the races. That's the type of situation it could be. That's why this channel exists, to call out and keep some things at the forefront of you all's eyes and ears and not let them completely fall by the wayside, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to forget about these things over time, but they won't. You won't forget about these things, but it's good to make sure we hit the refresh button every now and then and say, don't forget this, because when that happens, remember when that happened, and now you understand why this keeps happening, but you was okay with letting that go. But now that it didn't happen, and now it hit your team, hit your driver, now you all up in arms about it. But when it was the other team and driver, you didn't care about it. I told you, don't care about who, what, care about that it's being done. Because if they do it to them, they can do it to you. And when they do it to you, and you didn't do nothing when they did it to them, what do you expect to be done for you? Don't cry about it. Just let it happen. You was cool with it. So I'm really interested to see what pops off, interested to see what happens. I will have a podcast episode coming out on Monday. So be ready for that. Got a guest coming up. Also, when I get off here, I'm going to post the link for Wolves Den. We will be in the Wolves Den today. All right, Wolves Den today, later this afternoon, which I know to my UK brothers and sisters and, you know, across the water. I know it's already afternoon for you. It'll be later in the afternoon, early evening for you. So be ready for that to come. I'm going to post that. So we're going to go in the Wolves Den. We're going to talk about all these shenanigans that's been going on. So be ready for that. Okay, so big shout out to everybody. We will see what happens. We will still be listening. This will be interesting. But definitely the shot at Susie was, I don't agree with none of that. None of that. So shout out to you all. Wolfpack out. See y'all soon, Wolf fam. Peace.